Welcome to The Explainer. Now get ready, because the energy today is absolutely massive. We are looking at a literal tactical earthquake happening right under our noses on the biggest pitches in the world. And hey, before we really get going, I just want to let you know that this is the stoppage time for another explainer. But right now, we are zeroing in on something so sneaky, so game-changing, it might just completely rewrite the rules of modern football as we head toward the epic stage of the 2026 World Cup.
Okay, let's dive into this because what's happening right now is honestly one of the biggest tactical deceptions in global sports. I mean, officially, it's just an innocent drink of water, right? It's hot, the players are totally exhausted, they just need to rehydrate. But the reality? Oh man, it has completely mutated into the most dangerous 3 minutes in sports. What was designed purely as a simple safety measure is now an absolute weaponization of a break and play. And the way managers are exploiting it, it is just staggering.
To really understand the scale of this exploitation, we just need to look at the official definition. A hydration break is intended solely for players to consume fluids in hot conditions. That's the innocent intent. It's supposed to be just about water and keeping the players safe. But the epic, hidden reality playing out on the pitch is entirely different. Managers aren't treating this as a moment to cool down. No. They're looking at it as a priceless, completely unscripted timeout to mastermind a massive tactical overhaul right while the referee's back is turned.
Section the wall of sound.
15. You might think a professional manager has incredible control during a match, but the reality is, even if they're standing just 10 or 15 yards away, the roaring crowd creates this literal wall of sound. That 15 yards might as well be 15 miles. You could be waving your arms and screaming until you're completely blue in the face. But normal communication is absolutely impossible. You are entirely cut off from your team while that clock is ticking. Our sources capture this desperation perfectly, stating, "You're trying to shout information on and they won't hear you." Shouting into the void of a massive 60,000-seat stadium is completely useless. And, that is exactly why a guaranteed pause in the game becomes such an incredibly valuable, rare commodity. It's literally the only time the noise actually stops mattering. Section: the 3-minute weapon. So, the absolutely crucial point here is how exactly this weapon is fired, and it happens in 3 rapid steps. First, throughout the match, massive data analysis is being generated upstairs by the backroom staff. Second, that high-level tactical data is instantly funneled down to the bench. And third, the manager totally hijacks the water break to regroup the team. I mean, we have literally seen clips of Mauricio Pochettino pulling the US national team together, holding a laptop right on the sidelines, showing targeted video clips mid-game while the actual water bottles are basically being ignored. They are rewriting their entire game plan in real time.
Section momentum shift, Morocco versus Brazil.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we're talking about, showing just how devastating this tactic can be when executed perfectly. To see this tactical hijacking in action, let's just trace the timeline of this match. From minute 1 to 30, Morocco was entirely dominating. I mean, they were in total control. Then, right at minute 30, the referee blows the whistle for hydration. But watch what happens next. From minute 31 all the way to the 90th minute, the momentum completely flips to Brazil. A single, rapid-fire tactical regroup during that break entirely rewrote the match script.
Our source material highlights the sheer severity of this shift with this observation. It almost gave Brazil a second wind. It almost allowed them to recover, to regroup. The specific tactical detail that was injected into the team during that really brief pause changed the momentum so severely that it gave Brazil an unnatural second wind. It wasn't the water that refreshed them, right? It was the data, the video clips, and the tactical overhaul delivered by the manager while the clock was essentially frozen.
Section: ban the manager. Which brings us to a massive ethical question being debated by our sources. Is it completely wrong to use a water break for a team talk? Because think about it, dropping a halftime level tactical adjustment at the 30-minute mark totally betrays the original spirit of the hydration rule. Sources argue it takes a player safety measure and essentially turns it into a penalty against whoever happens to be dominating the game at that exact moment. The definitive verdict from our source material is actually quite clear on this. I think there's got to be a point where if it's a hydration break, the manager is not allowed to be involved. The argument presented here is absolute.
To preserve the pure integrity of the game, sources firmly argue that managers should be completely banned from interacting with players during these specific pauses. They just shouldn't be allowed to walk over and suddenly declare an impromptu team talk. And so, this leaves us with a massive question as we look toward the future of the sport. Will this tactical loophole be officially closed before the 2026 World Cup? Will the rulemakers step in and literally draw a line in the turf to keep the managers away? Or are the laptop managers going to continue to reign supreme, using every single whistle as a chance to hack the game's momentum? It's a fascinating tactical evolution, and exactly how the sport responds is absolutely going to shape the next era of global football.
Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this incredible tactical loophole. And hey, just a quick reminder, this is the stoppage time for another explainer, so there is plenty more where this came from. If you want to keep diving into these deep analytical breakdowns, make absolutely sure you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We have so much more to cover, and you really won't want to miss a single explainer. Stay curious, keep analyzing, and I'll see you next time.